Let's talk about some controversy right here. Sergei Pavlovich knocks out Derrick Lewis in 60 seconds, and Derrick Lewis got up, looked at Dan Murgliata, and said, what's going on? Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody in the building, everyone on Twitter, Dana White himself, early stoppage. And it's so much of an early stoppage that, I mean, there's been articles written about it. Like, everybody's talking about it. Even Ali Abdelaziz was all like, I think, obviously, he's the manager for Pavlovich. So he's like, I think that it was a fair stoppage. It wasn't an early stoppage at all. However, if the UFC wants to run it back, we'll run it back. Pavlovich, he's like, I did my job. I won. Whatever. And he should be happy with his performance because let's be honest here. Even though we picked for Derrick Lewis, even though we're biased, even though we're huge fans of the man, it didn't look good for my man. You know what I'm saying? So let's ask this question. The question that I asked you when the mics were cold. Do you think Derrick Lewis is reverting into Tyron Woodley a status where you have the bombs, you have the big power, but now you're just settling into the fight saying, fight starts, I'm just going to take steps backwards. I'm not going to initiate. I'm not going to dictate the center of the cage. I'm just going to take a step backwards. I'm going to turn into a counter striker. Because if that's the Derrick Lewis approach that he's going to start taking, you do have to give him those underdog odds, man, because he's most dangerous when he's able to sit there, take the middle of the cage, and just drop, swing, and bang with you. The same thing that he said he was going to do to Pavlovich. So I think that he wins in the intimidation in the pre-fight, but as soon as the fight goes on, Pavlovich was not fazed, not one bit. What do you think?
Not phased at all, man. And Pavlovich absolutely brought the fight to the Black Beast. Early stoppage, I think so. I mean, in live time, when I saw Derrick Lewis's face hit the mat, I thought I was like, oh, good call. Always, the heavyweights are in there cracking on people. I say good call, but then we watched it back, and then the slow-mo happens. Derrick Lewis pops up instantly and is like, bro, what are you doing? It was a rough one for Derrick Lewis, but as far as the Tyron Woodley comments, I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Derrick. If you're going to be a slow starter like that, who's continuously just walking backwards, trying to lull your opponent in so you can counter strike and crack back, it's a very hard path to try to win a lot of fights like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, your timing has to be perfect. Your precision has to be on point. And it's hard to do that when you have a 260-pound dude just coming in there swinging meat hammers at you. It's an interesting one, and I do see the comparison to Tyron Woodley, and we all saw how it worked out for T. Wood. Not the best.
Yeah, I think that the problem Derrick Lewis is having right now is he's just having a tough time dealing with the speedier heavyweights, those hybrid heavyweights, right? And Pavlovich is very much that. He's like that speedy dude who has the big right hand behind him. But Pavlovich didn't even, this wasn't even a technical performance. This isn't what I thought I would see from Pavlovich, what you normally see at the stand. Feint, good jab, big right hand down the pipe. This was, I'm going to walk forward and I'm just going to brawl with you and I'm going to win the brawl. And he won it in 60 seconds and that was it. But look at the face that Derrick Lewis gives to Dan Murgliata right here, bro. That's it. That's him kind of pleading his case right there, being like, bro, really? And Dan, you can even see the look, like Dan had a little bit of that stink face after the case, just being like, fuck, man, I fucked up. I'm about to get death threats when I go home. God damn it. Because this is Texas, bro. This is Dallas. Yes, it's not Houston, but this is Texas. So you're still in home territory for Derrick Lewis. You're getting booed out the building. Dana White says Dan Murgliata is a great ref, all that good stuff. But there's not much to talk about here, man. Sergei Pavlovich got the win. He got the TKO. We knew someone was getting knocked out here. I hit on the under 1.5. I think that was common sense right there. But here's the big thing. If this rematch does happen, I mean, what are the odds going to be for Pavlovich now? Minus fucking 400? You know what I mean? It's going to be major. Because, Derrick Lewis, 37 years old. I'm not saying he's losing a step or anything. Because Dana White even said this doesn't diminish Derrick Lewis at all. But like we said, man, you got to start getting back into the driver's seat of your career if you really want to have some success going, man. This is not a good look. What do you think?
And I was excited because Derrick Lewis, he's getting a new camp. He seemed invigorated. He was having fun in all the pre-fight stuff, and then just comes back and has this kind of performance, man. I truly believe Derrick Lewis just doesn't fight in Texas ever again. Yeah, that's the key right there, or something, because there's some sort of mystique that he's just caught up in. It's rough to see, because you're right. It doesn't really do much against Derrick Lewis. Mm-hmm. It's more of a big win for Pavlovich. Still rough to see, though.
I think that I don't remember who said it, but they're saying that fighting in your home territory is never actually a good thing. If anything, it's just more pressure on you. So it could be he's just too much in the mental. But I agree. Having this invigorated camp, you switched up your camp, you're motivated, and you keep losing, that makes you even more of a. It's just a bad look. So big win by Sergei Pavlovich. Early stoppage for sure. I don't know if you saw when you were talking, man, I popped up the article real fast of Dana White, and his quote literally says, Definitely an early stoppage, but sort of understands more or less. You know what I mean? I think it's early stoppage. Let's see a rematch. But big win by Pavlovich in the meantime. That will definitely get him in that one more fight, and you're fighting for a title, which is like crazy because I still don't think Pavlovich is the guy personally. You know what I mean? But let's see it. Let's see it.